Oh my goodness, guys, I am just over here talking, and thank goodness somebody just texted me and said they couldn't hear me on my live. It didn't even say that my mic was muted. So I have to take it from the top. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I started out by saying, of course, welcome to the Heart Talk and Self Love series. So we on Friday are hosting a community event. The Women's Wellness Lounge has partnered with the Sisters for Sisters with Carolyn Washington and Open My Heart Foundation with Florence Champagne. And the three of us together are collectively doing a community event. So tonight, for my Heart Talks and Self Love series kickoff, I want to focus on the self love piece of it because on Friday, we will be focusing more on the actual physical muscle of your heart. And so tonight, I would like for us to really just have a candid conversation about what it truly means to love on yourself and to show yourself love. Because when we do that, we love that physical heart more and we love it differently. And we do things that will impact it in a greater way. And so I started out a few minutes ago, unbeknownst to me while I was muted, saying that I like to focus on the American Heart Association's life check. And they talk about the seven things that impact your heart or your cardiovascular system. And on Friday, we'll go into more depth of what those seven things are. But there are steps that you can take to lower your risk. And I always say to my clients, to my family, to my friends, that if you have a heart, you're at risk for heart disease. Even if you have not had a actual diagnosis of heart disease, but you're at risk if you have a heart, right? It's just what level of risk are you at, right? Are you lowering your risk of heart disease? And there's things that we can do to make sure that we definitely impact those various things and those numbers that I talk about when I say know your numbers. Okay. So, again, make sure you tune in on Friday at 7 p.m. when we do this live community event with those other two organizations that I mentioned. So, not only do I want you to stay tuned with me for a little bit tonight in the Wellness Lounge, and again, as I said before, hopefully you have something to sip on. I'm sipping on some water because for the Give It Up Challenge, y'all, I gave up wine and I haven't yet worked myself back onto wine. But hopefully by the end of February, I'll be back on my red wine. So we shall see because I got two full bottles of wine, red wine, downstairs, just waiting for me to indulge. Okay, I got have some Malvesa and some Stella Rosa. Okay, so I am like dying to have me a glass of red wine, but before the month is out, so probably on Valentine's Day, but we'll see. But there's some other things that I've noticed since I have not been drinking wine, and I'll talk to you guys about that on Mental Talk Monday. Okay, on my Menopause Talk. So let me just jump right into where we're going to go at tonight with self-love. So this book here, I am a co-author in here. And this book was presented by Tawan Lowe. And it's Everybody Needs a Little TLC, Transformational Lifestyle Content. And this book has several contributing authors in it. And we talk about self-love and self-care, cultivating mind, body, and spirit. So I chose a couple of authors' entries to share with us tonight because what they wrote, as I said before, hit home with me because for the last 12 to 18 months, I've been on this journey of really being conscious and intentional about showing myself self love, right? Something I keep telling people that something happened when I turned 50, and my girlfriends that have been on the other side of 50 for a little bit keep saying, I told you, I told you. Well, yeah, it's right. You have this whole awakening, right? I refer it to it as my feminine evolution that occurred. And so I am really just trying to sit with that and understand and be present and mindful of what I'm currently experiencing. And it is a ride because I'm not being distracted by other things. I'm very much trying to, not trying, I'm very much being in tune with how I feel and what's going on with me, and even emotionally checking into the things that I wouldn't normally do. So comment on the chat. I am definitely monitoring the comments, you guys. I have to check in here now that I realized somebody was probably saying, hey, we can't hear you. Yep, you guys are on here telling me that you can't hear me. Yes, Anita, this is take two. Okay. All right. So again, out of the book From to Want, everybody needs a little TLC. So you guys tell me what you think self-love is. And of course, I'm going to read from Moi's chapter first, from me, writing in here about cultivating love from within. So this was huge. Again, I told you guys I'm on this whole journey, right? So loving yourself unconditionally is an evolutionary process that requires acceptance, strength, and endurance. It is a process of self-discovery from the core of our being, right? That's all the truths, all the rights, all the wrongs, everything that you've experienced, right? All of those things led you to where you are today and who you are today. Most of us were never taught how to love ourselves. Nearly a decade ago, I began this journey by asking myself some important questions that would force me to look within, right? So y'all heard what I said. A decade ago, I began asking myself these things because at that time, my life was kind of, it was tumultuous. I was turning 40, going into my 40s, thinking I was old. What have I done with my life? Where am I going? What does this look like? Right. And so I said, do you love yourself unconditionally? And I believe at that time, if I were to answer that, the answer would absolutely be no. Today, the answer is absolutely yes. All the flaws. I am perfectly flawed. But at 40, I couldn't see that, right? So it's seasons. It's, again, that whole evolution. It's understanding. It's being more mature and wise about where I am. So tell me, guys, if you were to ask yourself 10 years ago that question versus now, do you think the answer would be the same? Do you love yourself unconditionally? Number 2, do you love your strengths, your weaknesses, your body, and your thoughts? Your strengths, your weaknesses, your body, and your thoughts. I know most of y'all probably stopped when I said your body, right? And you didn't even hear the rest of the question, but it's your strengths, your weaknesses, your body, and your thoughts. So, because we can have them thinking thoughts, right? We can hate the fact that we're not good at something to be a weakness, or we could absolutely throw all of our love at the fact that we're good at doing something, right? And last but not least, our body. All of us can find something about, oh, I wish I had more of this, less of that, push this up, pick this up. Oh my God, gravity's taking over, So we can go through those things, but I want you to love on every single flaw, every piece of cellulite, every hanging thing, every part of your body that does not seem the way that it was, again, 10 years ago, a decade ago. I want you to love the fact that you are stronger in some areas and weaken others. Why? Because we cannot be good in all things. And that is why we have others that are surrounding us, or other people that can do those things that we can't do well. They can do them well. And your thoughts, that is the whole reason why we're talking about self-love. You're going to change that stinking thinking about yourself. All right. Do you love yourself during challenges and joyful times, right? So that's like saying you love yourself in the good and the bad. When things are good, you rocking it out, loving on you doing the thing. But when it's challenging, you need to keep that same energy. I need you to keep that same exact energy. Do not question what you're going through, whether or not you were good in the process, any of that. Love yourself both in those challenging times and when things are rocking it out. Keep that same energy. Loving yourself means you are embracing your personal power and unleashing positive energy into the universe. That's huge. That is another big thing for me. Again, y'all can see where I was like going with this whole thing. And when I wrote this particular chapter, this was like, it's only probably 150 words, but I swear it took me a whole week because I literally made sure that every single word I was embodying, every single word of this cultivating love from within truly meant something. It wasn't that I was just writing this just to contribute this piece of work to the book. I literally was making sure that I understood exactly what it was that I was imparting on other people as well. Self-love is the foundation for a healthy mind, body, and spirit. And I started out saying that, and it's true. It's exactly what it is. It embodies you, and it does affect us physically and spiritually, emotionally. So the declaration for this, right, is today and every day, I will love myself unconditionally and build a foundation for a healthy mind, body, and spirit. That is your declaration. And again, that's part of the self-love. So all 28 days of February, I am giving you self-love, I am statements, making you really think, go deeper, go within, release yourself of some things. I'm giving you permission to do that. And I'm doing it today to kick it off with this Heart Talk and Self-Love series. Even if you need to record a part of this, put it on replay, hashtag it, say, girl, I feel you. This is what I'm going to do. This is my intention. I want you to, out of something that you hear me say today, or something that you've read, or that you're reading, or that you find out on your own, ladies, love on yourself. We need to more so now more than ever, right? I know you guys listen to the news, or you watch, watch blogs, I'm sorry, or listen to the news, or watch social media and see how there are people that are struggling, emotionally. The young lady who just committed suicide, and Regina King's son who just committed suicide. There's a lot of emotional and mental health things that are going on that we need to make sure that we are watching out for others as well as ourselves. And I always say that it starts with self. We have to make sure that that's what we're doing. All right. So I want to read another one that really stuck with me as well. And I want y'all to see that in my book, I'm also putting hearts, right? So these are hearts in the ones that mean something to me, or that I felt was very impactful. This one was by Dr. Rashida Parks. And she says, sometimes choosing yourself and what's in your best interest is a tough decision. Come on now. Somebody say it louder for the people in the back. Sometimes choosing yourself and what's in your best interest is a tough decision. We've all been there. Don't fool yourself. You know that. As a woman, it's in us. It's sort of an innate thing that we do that sometimes will put us in a tough decision where we won't always choose us. Self-love is not just about how you feel about yourself. It is also is also an accumulation of intentional acts that one does for themselves and tough decisions. Your choices about what to do for yourself ought to be respected, and that starts with you. You respecting your decision and making and sticking to it, no matter who it may disappoint or in the moment, is self-love. That is huge. So choosing you versus wondering how that person's going to feel if you say no, or if you don't do it, or if you don't agree, is huge. That is a huge, big thing that we have to make sure that we are living up to, that we're not allowing other people to say, this is what I want you to do. I dictate this. You can't do X, Y, and Z. Why didn't you? You're available. You're right here. You've got the time. You've got the money. You've got the resources. It does not matter. If it's not serving you, if it's not something that you want to do, I want you to choose you. In all things, choose you. I'm giving you permission. They give you pushback, send them to the wellness lounge. All right. Yes, Anita. Anita said we must set boundaries. Hey, Miss Sheila Marie, Anita, Dr. Emma Neal. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Chime in if you believe me. Raise your hand if you understand. All right, another one that stuck out to me. Again, ladies, if you're just joining, this is the Heart Talk and Self-Love series, and we're talking about self-love tonight because on Thursday, Friday, we're going to talk about on Wear Red Day, National Wear Red Day is more about the heart health. So I don't want to use tonight's talk for the kickoff to talk about heart health. So that will be on Friday when we do the community event. Tonight is all about you, and it's all about self-love. The next one is my self-love is connected to my purpose. And that's from Angie B. And she said, your destiny is counting on you. It is counting on you to love yourself enough to connect to your purpose. Love yourself enough to discover your gifts and talents and cultivate them. Love yourself enough to pursue your dreams and aspirations to the fullest. Love yourself enough to allow the manifestation of God's plan for your life. Amen. That's Angie B. All right, let's see where my other hearts are that I have in here. All right, what's this one? Okay, this, I had them in order because I wanted, there were some that were just like really stuck out, and y'all should see me in here. I was like, yes. I was trying to high five the screen before y'all even jumped on. I was like, yes, that one right there. I knew I had to read it. So this one is by, no, I'm going to save Tawan for later. Hold on. We're going to do Candace Jackson. Candace says, self-love is the teacher. We've all heard the saying, love others as you love yourself. So she flips it on us, y'all. So listen, she said, I offer a different thought. Love others as they want to be loved. So how much more enriching would your life be if others loved you the way you like to be loved? Now watch what she does here. And this I had to read a couple of times because it's so true. And we always say, treat others as the way you want to be treated. Love on others as you want to be loved. So, but how will they know how to do that? The answer is self-love, which is so true. And I always say, and somebody talked about this, setting boundaries, we have to know how to love ourselves first, right? So if you show up in such a way that you're very authentic and transparent in the way that you love yourself without unconditionally, right? And making sure that you're very clear in what that looks like. You can't be a certain way on Monday to say, yep, this is what I do that shows that I love myself and cultivate love. But come Wednesday or the weekend, you're showing something or displaying something different, right? That's going to be very confusing to those around you that you want to show you love. So you're probably wondering how you love yourself. It's simply learning what makes you feel loved, and then you do that for yourself. You love being pampered? Pamper yourself. You love having compliments? Compliment yourself. You love when you're quickly forgiven from mistakes? Quickly forgive yourself. You love when people put you first? Put yourself first. Do you see the pattern? We model and love ourselves first, and then those that we want to love us in that manner will pick up on that and begin to love us in that way as well. When you start practicing self-love, it eventually starts to show up on the outside. Self-love has a glow that you feel, but others see and feel. Come on. You begin to set the standard for how others treat you. Treat yourself like you are the love of your life, and you will see others follow your example. So her declaration for this is, today I will do at least one thing that makes me feel loved. Y'all, let me tell you, what's the one thing that I did today that made me feel loved? So I went out, had lunch with one of my girlfriends, and I did not think of the gazillion things that I could have been doing or should have been doing. Although we did do a little bit of work because she has an event coming up and I was assisting her with that, but I did not allow what I knew that I needed to get done stop me from doing something that I wanted to do today. And so that was a way for me to show my self-love and be able to say yes instead of feeling guilty about saying no to something that I knew that I truly wanted to do. So think of some way that you can today show yourself love, or maybe you already have today, and comment and let me know what that is. In what way did you show yourself love today? Did you sleep a little longer? Did you eat something that you wanted to eat? Did you buy yourself something? Even though, to me, that's like retail therapy, but I do that too because it's showing myself love. Did you read something that you've been wanting to read? Did you stay off of social media, for an hour when you normally would have been on there for an hour, and instead gave that time back to yourself? That is huge. You guys know I do this social media fast every 30 days. I do a social media fast. And let me tell you, if you adopt that into your life, that also is showing self-love. I get out of the world of wondering who's doing what, the comments, the likes, the shares, the love, just all of that, right? That's like 5 things that I just talked about that you were releasing when you release social media for at least 48 hours. So I typically will do it over a weekend. So release yourself of that for a set number of time. It doesn't have to be 48 hours. It can simply be a day. It can be a night. If you find yourself, kind of strolling and roaming social media, to do what I say is deflecting. And I told one of my girlfriends, I told Sandra this all the time. She'll call me during the day. What are you doing? And I'm like, well, I got a whole desk full of stuff, but I'm deflecting right now. I am on social media, or I am binging something on Netflix, or whatever the case may be. But I, consciously know that I am deflecting because I either don't have the energy that the project requires, or I simply just want to do something for me. So it's a deflection. But I've now come to know that, guess what? Okay, it's a positive deflection. I'm okay with it. It's almost like I say to myself, I allow myself to feel what I want to feel in the moment and do what I need to do at that time. Who feel what I want to feel in the moment and then do what I need to do at that time. So, hey, if deflection's it because I need to kind of regroup or just sort of walk away from it, or just show myself love because I've been in front of this computer going at it for X number of hours, then guess what? That's what I'm going to do. So I challenge you guys, right? I implore you to really understand and look at what self-love means for you. It certainly is not selfish, right? And I know you've seen that written all, in different places, a t-shirt, maybe on a mug. Self-love is not selfish, but it's like, what does that really mean to you? And I don't mean just the words of what is self-love, or just a cliche of what is self-love. I truly want you guys to think about what that is. What does that look like? And not to show up and to look different for other people, right? I just read 3 or 4 different things in various ways, but they all come back to basically the core of it and the beginning of it, which is to love on you and to love on yourself and to know what that looks like for you. All right. So let me see what some of the comments are. We have boundaries are a necessity. Yes. Carrie and Donna, show others what you need and love. Oh my God. It is so huge. Right. And so this springboards us right to Valentine's Day. So my husband and I, we go back and forth with this, y'all. And I struggle, but I told you guys, I am getting wiser, or becoming wise. No, what is the proper way to say this? I'm gaining more wisdom in my 50 over, years. Okay. Valentine's Day has been a struggle for me as it relates to buying my husband something, or showing that reciprocal love on Valentine's Day, because for years I've always thought that, or felt that, the woman should be the receiver on Valentine's Day. Don't ask me where that came from. I don't know. Maybe it was because for the other 11 months out of the year, I did a poor job in showing myself love. So when Valentine's Day came around, I felt like, okay, this is Cupid's Day. You love me, shower me, and show me. I'm just going to sit back and, kind of languish in all of this, and just, shower me with whatever you've thought for these last 11 months, that now we're at this day and what you're going to give me. And I never gave it 2 thoughts about what I'm going to do in return to show him how much I love. It might be a card and some child or something, but it was never really a whole lot of thought put into it. Even if I did think of doing something for Valentine's Day, I will admit it. And it's because that was the thought process that I had around what Valentine's Day meant. So in my moving forward and embracing wisdom, I am learning to do different with that it really means, that we're showing love, not only just receiving it, but showing it and not just giving it. So y'all don't be laughing at me, but and he's a Gemini. So, it can, for him, the whatever it is, if I did something grandiose for the moment, it's like, oh yeah, woohoo. And then he's off to something else like, that was nice. And so for me, it's just like, okay, you're not even embracing this whole situation. So Valentine's Day, y'all work with the sister. I'm going to let you know how it turns out, but I'm really going to put forth some effort into it this year, and not just sit back and look cute and wonder what I'm going to be receiving on that day. So as part of my whole self-care journey or self-love journey, it is me understanding that I also need to know that that is a weakness of mine. And so I have to do better in that area. So you guys are laughing at me. Yes, transparency. Okay. That's good. That's where I'm at. Transparency. Okay, Anita, she anti-Valentine's, but I will embrace it this year. Yes, Anita. Wait a minute. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ring the wine bell. Yes, honey. Embrace it this year. I'm normally just like, what are you doing for me? What's going on? What's happening? We doing roses, we doing candy, we doing trip, what we doing? It's a red wine. What are we doing? So we're not gonna do that this year. I want all of you guys that are watching me live, those that watch the replay, those that hear about it, those that watch the hashtag. I'm going to do better this year with Valentine's Day. Anita, you follow me. Yes. Okay. Donna, see, you understand the whole Gemini. It's like, whoop, gone. I get a good 45 seconds out of anything, right? that we're doing with him. It's like, oh, this is nice. Boo, boo, boo. A whole 45 seconds to a minute later, he on to something else. I'm like, wait a whole minute. Like I have done, up to this point, truly went to find the right thing to make it do the thing to make it nice, and I get a woo, this is nice. Oh, I'm gone. I'm losing it. I'm over it. Oh my God. And Carrie too. Yes, you're on here. Oh, I'm inundated with the Geminis. Oh, I cannot. So you guys know I am so not, I am telling the truth. I am so not gone here. Yes, someone say wine. They did. And Carrie, I think I'm going to have my first glass of wine on Valentine's Day. I was saying earlier that I had 2 bottles of red wine downstairs that I have not cracked open because I was on this 10-day give it up challenge for as that we were doing as a fundraiser for the Women's Wellness Lounge, and what I gave up was wine. So yeah, I think I'll indulge in a glass. All right, let's see. Anita, what you say, Anita? I put new bright light bulbs in both bathrooms today. It made me smile to see my reflection. Okay, brighten up yourself, Anita. All eyes on me. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. You guys are so funny. But see, those are the things that we have to do, right? And how small is that? Something so simple, but to put 2 bright lights in the bathroom to illuminate herself. You better do it. That's what I'm talking about. So small. See you for who you are, and whatever it is that you see at the time that you walk past the mirror. Because what did I say earlier? We have to embrace everything, the strengths, the weaknesses, the body, what we see, what we can't see, all of that. We have to embrace it all. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna do one more, because I said that I was gonna keep you guys for 30 minutes, and you guys know when you're in the wellness lounge, I get to going. But I can't wait till we can come back together in person. All right, let's see. Let me do one more of the self-love. Again, this is the TLC 90 days, and it's self-love and self-care, cultivating mind, body, and spirit. And the co-authors, I'm one of the co-authors in this book. So this book will be available on my site as well. Let's see. I'm going to do one more. All right. This is Dr. Gail Crowder, and she is the founder of One Sexy Wife. And she says self-love starts the moment you accept that God didn't create you to be a replica, but a designer original. You are unique, a one of a kind. No one will ever be like or have your design specs. When God made you, he truly made something special. You are a designer original. And y'all, I just flipped to that. And I think that is an amazing note to end on. That is saying a whole mouthful. And the declaration for that is today I accept that I am a designer original, and I choose to love all the intricate specifications that made me me. So thank you for joining me on the kickoff, you guys, of the Heart Talk and Self-Love series. Tonight, we focus all about self-love. Friday, again, make sure that you tune in at 7 o'clock when we collectively come together as a community with 2 other organizations, Sisters for Sisters Incorporated and the Open My Heart Foundation, because that organization specifically, Open My Heart Foundation with Florence Champagne, focuses on women who have heart disease, are survivors of heart disease and stroke. And so their organization specifically targets those individuals and talks about heart health prevention, and provides resources for women who have had, heart surgery and or stroke, or, again, are a survivor of heart disease. So I really would like for you to tune in share, wear your red. And if you aren't able to join us live, just make sure you wear your red on Friday, take a photo and upload it into the Women's Wellness Lounge so that I can see that all my sisters understand and we're rocking the red. Because ladies, 1 in 3 women have heart disease, and or 1 or 3 women die from heart disease. Every 90 seconds, someone in the United States dies from a cardiovascular event. And so, especially in the African American community, we really have to raise our awareness. We have to understand that, again, there are a lot of things that we can do to impact that number. There are a lot of things that we're not told about that we can do to impact that number. But together and with the sound of my voice and those that I have partnered with, you will understand and know what that is for our people, by our people, to empower our people. Okay. And so that is my mission. You all know that. And that is the intention. And that's what we'll be doing on Friday. Now, for the remainder of the month, I'll have guests. So y'all won't see me in here chilling by myself. Tonight was just a special kickoff because I know that you guys miss me as much as I miss you. So I wanted to come on and do the self-love part of it because, again, it's near and dear to me and it's a journey that I'm on as well. So how fitting was it for me to come on and be transparent and really talk about my journey with that, with the whole self-love. So thank you guys for being so participatory. I love you and I love all the comments. You guys are so amazing. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for tuning in. You can make sure you share the video, tune in on Friday, and I'll see you guys then. I truly, truly appreciate you. You guys are always so awesome. Y'all tune in. Y'all listen to my craziness, and I love you.